Who said you cannot have fun on the Suzuki V-Strom? Oh no. I turned off the traction control to slide a bit, and now I'm having a lot of fun. Too bad I cannot turn off the ABS. It's a pity, because I would have enjoyed sliding with this V-Strom, but anyway, I'm sliding with the gas, so it's very cool actually. The Suzuki V-Strom 1050 looks completely different, but it's not a completely new bike. It looks like a retro bike. It has the retro styling of the DR Big, if you remember that bike. It was launched in late 80s and used to be on street in the 90s. And it has the colors, it has the square headlight, which is also similar to the one on the Katana. And it also has a new dash, LCD dash, and also some improvements in the electronic sector, but that's all, because when talking about the engine and the frame and the geometry, it's pretty much the same stuff. I must admit that I got fooled at the beginning when I first saw the bike and when I first saw the name, because I thought that the guys at Suzuki came up with a bigger engine, with a new engine, but no, it's the same engine, but somehow they modified some things over there, and now it complies the Euro 5 regulations, and it's a bit more powerful. Before hitting the road, if you like our videos and if you want to support us, check the link in the description below. Back at the office after a short holiday, and it feels very good, because back at the office means riding the V-Strom 1050. I have so much respect when it comes to the V-Strom, because everybody knows that it's a popular, it's a tough, it's a very reliable bike. The handlebar is wide because obvious it's an adventure bike, but it's not that wide. Now you have cruise control. The seat, I might say, it's quite comfortable. It's not the best, but also it's not the worst, so I'm feeling really good on this bike. And what else? The weather protection is also very, very good. I'm a bit surprised about it. I thought it would be worse, but no. I like the weather protection on the V-Strom 1050. Now the engine, you know it. Suzuki says it's more powerful than before because they made some changes over there, and now it develops, I don't know, something around 106 horsepower, something around that, but it doesn't matter. To be honest, it's been more than 5 years since I last took for a ride the Suzuki V-Strom, the last generation, so I cannot remember that engine so good to make a comparison between this one and the previous generation. But it is fast. It's a fast engine. You don't realize it, but when looking on the dash, you have a speed that's off the speed limit, you know, and okay, it's not legal to do that, so be careful, look at the dash. Comparing this engine to what's on the market, and I'm thinking about the Africa Twin, the BMW F900 XR, the Triumph Tiger 900, but especially with the Africa Twin, which is somehow the main rival of this Suzuki V-Strom, this engine doesn't feel as punchy as the twin on the Honda's Africa Twin, for example. And somehow I miss that. The braking system is very firm. It has a very hard initial bite, unlike any other bikes, adventure bikes in the segment, and it might be a bit hard at the beginning to play with the brake, to modulate it as you wish. So you have to be really smooth over there with the braking lever. It's not my favorite thing. I would have wished to have a more progressive braking system. Now, the suspension system, because it's very important to have a proper suspension on this bike. This suspension is okay for the Suzuki V-Strom 1050. It's okay, it's decent, but when trying to push it a bit harder on the twist, it's a bit faster, it becomes a bit wobbly, a bit unstable. You can feel that it's not giving you that much confidence. And also on roads like this one with gravel, it also feels a bit you feel that it doesn't come with a proper travel for an adventure bike suspension. So this one comes with a short travel. So that being said, it's okay, because the purpose of this bike is not to ride it very fast on street, and also it's more street oriented, so it should be okay. But what I don't like about this suspension is that it becomes a bit uncomfortable on bumpy roads, and this is an adventure bike, so it should cope really well with the poor road quality. In the adventure motorcycling segment, the Suzuki V-Strom is more oriented on the street side than on the off-road side. And that's because it has this short travel suspension, this low ground clearance, that 19 inches front. Also, the exhaust is somewhere over here, is low. The riding position, everything says, please take me on street, I don't want to go off-road. Let's be honest a bit, because most of the adventure bikes on the market don't ever see the gravel, at least. I mean, most of the users are taking these bikes as touring bikes, not as off-road bikes. And it's somehow normal, because these are heavy bikes for off-road. So, having in mind that 90% of the adventure bikes go mainly on street, I think that the Suzuki V-Strom is a proper adventure bike with street manners and enough off-road capabilities to take you in a faraway place, to help you put your tent in the wild, maybe to go on a dirt road adventure, I don't know. But what I know is that when living in a big journey, you need a reliable bike, a tough bike, and I think that the Suzuki V-Strom proved to be a good bike. It's nothing new on this bike, everything is the same, so it's proven to be reliable. It's made in Japan, and I remember that I saw a lot of travelers using the V-Stroms to go everywhere, in the Americas, in South America, in Asia, I mean everywhere. So now let's discuss a bit about the comfort, because it's very important for an adventure touring bike to be comfortable, and the Suzuki V-Strom is a comfortable bike. You have the cruise control over here, which is very cool. I don't see the heated grips, but it's not such a big deal to add them. And also, and that's very important, the seat is comfortable. I mean, it's better than the one on the Africa Twin, I think, for the passenger too, but it's not as comfortable as the one on the GS. And I'm also impressed by the weather protection. I think it offers a very good weather protection. This windscreen is adjustable, although it's a bit annoying that you cannot adjust it on the go. You have to get off the bike, and because there's a mechanism over there, but still it works. It does a great job. I had not so much wing buffeting on the highway, which is very cool, and I'm wearing a noisy helmet. I still need earplugs for this bike too, but I think that it does a pretty good job in terms of weather protection. I like it. So my conclusion is that this is a comfortable bike for touring. The new Suzuki V-Strom comes with a lot of electronics. It has an IMU which controls everything. You have cornering ABS, you have a hill assist system, you have a slope descent system, you have everything you might wish for from this bike, besides the switchable ABS. In fact, let me tell you about it, because the ABS has two levels of intervention, the first one and the second, but in neither of those you cannot turn off the ABS on the back, for example. It has three settings for the traction control and off mode, which is great, and you can do it on the go. And it comes with three maps for the throttle response. It has the C, which is a bit too soft. It has the A, which is a bit too harsh. So the B riding mode is the best for every riding situation. I love that it's very simple to control the electronics. You just have the mode button and another button for up and down, which is very easy to do it, but I don't like the dash. I still have some fuel in the gas tank, 20 liters of fuel, and after 250 kilometers I have left 150, so it means that it comes with 5 liters for 100 kilometers fuel consumption, 5.5 maybe, I don't know, it depends on the riding regime, but it's a great fuel consumption. You can see that this bike comes with a built-in frame for the plastic panniers if you want them, but if you want some aluminum panniers, you should buy that Audi frame. What I don't like the suspension, I don't like the engine response because I wanted it to be more punchy, I don't like the dash. What else? There are not so many things I dislike about this bike. I like the looks, I like the color, I like the retro theme, but I don't like that Suzuki is coming with the same bike. Okay, it's a good bike, but it has some strong competition in the market. It's the Africa Twin, it's the Triumph Tiger, it's the BMW F900 XR on the sport touring side. So I think that Suzuki needs to come with more than a facelift, with more than a visual update. I think that Suzuki needs to build a completely new bike.